What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast and also another Monday Mindset. I am fired up because today we are going to be talking about something that I think is extremely important, extremely undervalued, and really not talked about enough. And that is, what is the one thing, the big thing that can help us achieve success? Guaranteed. Like, what is that? Is there such a thing? And I believe there is. Now, is it easy to achieve this? That's debatable. Is it possible? Absolutely. All of us have the power to really achieve anything that we set our minds to. And that's the key word there. Setting our mind to it and then executing on that. So today I did want to kind of discuss this because I think it's important. And really, these Monday mindsets are designed for this right here. And this is going to be a short little episode because it's designed to be. And sometimes I go a little bit longer on these Monday mindsets, but I do want these to be like short, quick, and to the point, and you can just get it and take it and run with it and have a great week. Like, that's what these Monday mindsets are all about. And so really, with that all being said, that's what it is. It's mastering the mind. Like, if we could take that, right, that understanding that our mind controls everything that we do, what time we want to go to bed, what time we want to get up, the motivation to go out and exercise or run or walk, right? Like, our mind dictates what we're going to do. I mean, my mind allowed me to do this here today. I could have said, I'm not doing it. But I knew that I needed to keep the momentum. I needed to be consistent, which is another huge piece here that I've talked about so much and I'm going to continue to talk about because it's so important. And so I was actually recently on a car ride with my daughter going to her beach volleyball practice. And for all of you that have been following along, yes, she's playing beach volleyball. She's 14, just turned 14 in December. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to play beach volleyball in college. That's her thing. That's what she wants to do. And it's becoming very, very popular now. And she wants to do it. So we're like, okay, cool. So now we have to surround her with, the right people. They have the right mindset. And it's not easy. We've bounced around a little bit from this club to that club. And I think we landed on a really good one, but it's an hour and 40 minutes away, one way. Yeah, crazy. Never thought in a million years that I would do that for myself or for any of my kids. Actually, I think I said to someone that was driving over an hour, I said, that's crazy. And here I am, hour and 40 minutes, one way. But I do think it's worth it. And the reason why I'm sharing that is because we have a lot of time in the car. And I was there with my daughter. It was just her and I this time. My wife, Lisa, had to stay home. She had some things that she had to get done. So me and her went for a little car ride. And her coach that we're doing some private lessons with, young guy too, by the way. He's like 24 years old. He's actually going out for the AVP tour this year. So she's doing some private lessons with him. Great guy. His name's Matt. And he basically gave her a link to a podcast, and it's called Sandcast. And basically what they do is they talk about beach volleyball, and they talk about, they talk to pros and they talk to people that are coming up and all that stuff. Well, they had one episode that was done all on the mindset, all on the mind, mastering the mind, and how powerful it is and how you need to understand that you have to work on your mind and your mental game just as much as you do on your physical game, which I'm a huge believer in. And it's something that you're not going to master overnight. It's something you may never master, but it's something that you can work towards. And as long as you understand that, then we know that there's hope and we can achieve anything we want. It's truly up to us, and it's up to us to train our mind that can help us when we don't really feel like we want to keep going. And the reason why he shared that with my daughter, Kayla, it was because, she's the youngest there. And sometimes that's hard because, you're feeling like you're an outcast, or, you're You're not as good as everyone, which is actually a good thing because you don't really always want to be the best where you are. You want to be challenged. I'm a big believer in that. But she was struggling a little bit. I think a lot of it was internal. I think a lot of it was her own self. It's not anybody there in the club. It was just herself feeling that way. And so he gave her this to listen to because it was all about working on yourself, working on your mind, and working on mastering that. And he went over a few things. And these are all transferable. Like we can all take this. Like I was listening to it, thinking about myself. Then I'm thinking about how it applies to my daughter. I'm thinking about how it applies, to my father, like anyone, all different stages of life. And so when you understand this, you can then focus on it and realize that, yes, I am in control of my destiny. I really am. Now, are there things that are going to happen? Absolutely. But then it's up to you to decide, mindset again, to overcome that. And so one of the things that I think is so important within this whole mindset thing, and it's one thing that they said in that episode, was how to train yourself to be calm, how to relax yourself. Because if you're in a game and you're tense and you're not relaxed, you don't play as well because you're not as loose. So that's how that works there. For us, doing niche properties or selling products online or just online business in general, and you have the roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship and all of that stuff, you need to stay calm. You can't overreact. And a way to train yourself to be calm, something that I've been working on for the last 3-4 years, and I'm still not great at it, but I'm working on it, is some form of meditation or silence. Breathing. It's another thing. Meditation has a lot to do with breathing. You train your breath, right? You train how to be just more calm and relaxed. And when you do this, you can think clear. You can feel better, right? Your emotions aren't as high, or you're not reacting or making decisions from pure emotion. And so whenever we're hearing this stuff, we're like, how does this apply to my life? So my question to you is, do you feel that your voices in your head stop you from doing what you truly want to do, or they stop you because you're not feeling like it's going in the direction that you want it to, or you're doubting yourself? Like all of these things are real. We've all felt them. How do you overcome them? Because if you can keep going, and continue to take action and continue to be consistent, you will succeed one way or the other. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have highs and you're going to have lows. But you got to learn how to balance them, and you have to also learn how to get through, those lows. So if you were selling on Amazon and everything was going great, so you're on a high, but then all of a sudden your account got shut down for whatever reason, it happens, and then you have to deal with that. It's the people that can push through that and figure it out and stay with it and be consistent are the ones that are going to overcome it, and then they'll be back on the rise. Same thing goes for building a niche property. If you do that and things are going great, and for some reason Google penalizes your site and you lose traffic for 3-4 months, I don't mean all your traffic, but some traffic, it's going to feel bad. And then you're going to doubt the process and you're going to think it doesn't work and you're going to want to stop. How do you stay consistent, right? How do you stay consistent? Because consistency is the answer. But in order to be able to stay consistent, you have to continually train the mind to push yourself when you don't feel like pushing. And it's the same thing in the gym. Some days you're going to feel like going to the gym and some days you're not. I actually just listened to another. I'm not a huge Joe Rogan fan, but I do listen to some of his stuff when I see an interesting guest. And he had someone on there that was an ex-MMA fighter. I forget the guy's name, but he was talking about when you're working out, you should never go to failure. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I've always heard the opposite. He said you should never feel sore the next day. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I always thought feeling sore meant you worked hard and your muscles are taxed and now they're going to rebuild, and which is true. But his thought was, if I can do 10 pull-ups, I'm going to do 5 every single day. I'm not going to do 10 on Monday, 10 on Wednesday, and 10 on Friday because, well, I may not show up on Friday because I didn't like doing them on Wednesday. Or maybe my muscles are too sore. I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to want to do it. But if I only did 5 every single day, I would continually do it every single day. And at the end of the year, I'm going to have a lot more reps than you are because you didn't actually stick with it. So sometimes pulling back a little bit so you can stay consistent is a good idea. The other thing that he was saying was you can build on that though, right? Because you are going to become stronger. So maybe if you're doing 5 pull-ups right now, and you've done them consistently for 3 days in a row, maybe you add one and you get to 6. And then now your new daily is 6. And then pretty soon it's 7. And then pretty soon it's 8. So you become stronger and it doesn't feel as bad because your muscles are gradually getting there. Same thing goes with content. Some people will start a website. They'll go all in. They get burnout and they stop. It's the same idea. Slow. That's why when people say, Scott, I want to start 3 sites. I'm like, no, slow down. Let's get 1 going. Let's do 1 piece of content per week. Let's get that rolling. And then we'll add another piece of content, right, per week. And then we'll add a 3rd. Then once we have that all rolling, then we can start thinking about a 2nd site. So staying consistent is huge. But if you don't have the right mindset that can get you to be consistent, you never will be. So that is my Monday mindset for you. It's about mindset, how powerful it is. And it's really mastering that one thing, which is a bunch of different things within the mind. But really, if you think about it, if you can just get yourself in a place where you know that you're always going to show up and that you are constantly working on becoming better at managing your thoughts and your excitement and your levels of, calmness and all of that stuff. If you do that on a regular basis, it is going to help you. And to me, that is how you will succeed in every aspect of your life. All right. So guys, that is your Monday mindset. Hopefully that has helped you. Think about that. Think about it. And really think about working on yourself, working on your mind, because you know what? Same thing with volleyball. I said to my daughter, it really does come down to yourself. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. So you got to be a great partner in beach volleyball, and you can't be if you're focusing and worrying about other people. Focus on yourself. That's first and foremost. All right. And then from there, you'll be great at helping other people and building really cool things. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, get out there, make it happen. And I'll see you right back here